She's a multi-craft enthusiast, but of them all we believe Willow loves to weave.
Whoa, whoa, fellow weaver, this is Willow Goose, and today we're going to talk about the warp color order, and we're talking about the colors that go up here. We find it much easier to visualize when we have the correct colors for each of the warp ends, and we've been doing this the really hard way. You go through, you find your color, you click on it, and then you do that for every end or every grouping of ends. That works, but we found an easier way. One thing you got to do, and we've kind of done this because it takes a while, is you go through and you find your colors and you put one end in the warp. Now, we've got two. You could put as many as you want. This is going to be overwritten, but we'll show you in a second why this is very helpful. Go to Yarn, Warp Color Order. You see that it already pre-populated all of the colors here so that you don't have to do that manually. One thing you want to do if you have a draft is count the number of times there's a different color in the warp winding order. We'll show you the warp sequence for our draft. What you do is you count the number of color changes, and that will tell you how many columns you need. Trust me for the moment when I tell you that there are 11 columns, which we got by counting the number of color changes in our warp. So the first item, we're going to put 13 royals. We're going to put 38 limet, 8 royals, 38 turquoise, 8 royals, 38 of the pale limet, or the limet pale, 8 of the royal, 38 turquoise, 8 royals, 38 limet, and 13 royals. Okie dokie. Now, let's hit the preview button, see what we got. Yeah. Okay, we think that looks correct. That looks correct. So we're going to hit OK, and there you got it. Just so you're aware, there is also a tool to populate the Weft color in a similar manner. So we'll show that to you real quick here at Yarn Weft Color Order. Now, here we didn't pre-populate the colors. So how would we populate the colors in that situation? Well, you go to Yarn and you find your yarn and add that. You can do that one for every yarn color you want to use. And we're just randomly picking colors at this moment. Then, just like last time, you can do the columns for the number of color changes that you have in your weft. So if you didn't want to populate the color here, you could just use this over here to put each color in. Frankly, it's probably about the same amount of work either way, so it's up to you, whatever your preference is. Let's see, there's also, look, little repeats. That's kind of cool. So that's how we use the warp color order and weft color order. Hope you have a happy weaving day. Bye.